The epic story of Florida, land of sun, storm, and eternal mystery. Long before anyone called it Florida, before maps carried its outline or stories shaped its reputation, a vast peninsula stretched into warm blue waters like a hand reaching toward the Caribbean. Thousands of years ago, long before the arrival of Europeans, the ancient peoples of this land, the Timucua, the Calusa, the Apalachee, the Tequesta, and the Seminole ancestors thrived in forests, rivers, and coasts that shimmered with life. They built shell mounds taller than houses, carved canoes from cypress trees, crafted tools of bone and stone, and learned to survive both the blessings and the fury of nature. Florida, even then, was a place of contradiction. Gentle breezes but violent storms, clear springs but deep swamps, paradise mixed with danger. It was 1513 when the world changed forever. A Spanish explorer named Ponce de León sailed across the glittering waters and stepped onto a land bursting with flowers. Inspired by its springtime beauty, he named it La Florida, the land of flowers. He searched not only for land, but also for the legendary Fountain of Youth, a mythical spring said to grant eternal life. Though he never found such magic, the legend and the name remained, shaping Florida's identity for centuries. Over the next decades, conquistadors, explorers, and hopeful settlers arrived. Among them was Hernando de Soto, who journeyed through Florida's rivers and swamps in the 1530s, meeting native peoples, trading, clashing, and writing the earliest European accounts of the land. But the native civilizations, already ancient, faced new challenges: disease, conflict, and the arrival of cultures unlike anything they had known. Then came the year 1565, a turning point in Florida's story. On the Atlantic coast, the Spanish founded St. Augustine, the oldest continuously inhabited European established city in the United States. Soldiers, priests, craftsmen, and families built wooden homes, fortifications, and a life shaped by the swaying palms and relentless sun. Pirates, storms, and rival nations threatened regularly, but St. Augustine endured, a living testament to the earliest threads of Florida's colonial past. To protect the city, Spain later built Castillo de San Marcos, an impressive fortress of coquina stone that still stands centuries later. Within these walls, people prayed, fought, celebrated, and survived. The crack of muskets, the clang of swords, and the toll of bells marked a daily rhythm that echoed across the centuries. But Florida's story was not shaped by Spain alone. In the 1700s, the British took control for 2 decades, spreading plantations and new settlements, only to lose it again when Spain reclaimed it. Finally, in 1821, Florida passed into the hands of the United States, beginning a new era of growth, conflict, and transformation. During this time, the Seminole people, formed from Creek refugees, escaped African slaves, and indigenous survivors, fought fiercely to protect their home. The Seminole Wars, the longest and most expensive Indian conflicts in U.S. history, filled the forests and swamps with tension. Warriors like Osceola, brave and determined, resisted removal with courage that still shapes Florida's spirit today. Then came March 3, 1845, the day Florida officially became the 27th state of the United States. Farmland spread across the north, cattle ranchers wandered through the grasslands, and small towns turned into growing communities. Yet much of the peninsula remained wild, a mysterious frontier of mangrove forests, marshes, and the vast Everglades, a river of grass like nowhere else on Earth. The Everglades became the heart of Florida's untamed identity, home to alligators, panthers,
rare birds, and ancient cypress trees. People like to protect these wetlands from destruction. As the decades passed, Florida evolved once again. Railroads built by visionaries like Henry Flagler and Henry Plant connected distant coasts and transformed quiet beaches into thriving resorts. The wealthy rode trains straight to luxurious hotels on Palm Beach, St. Petersburg, and along the Gulf Coast. Suddenly, Florida became known not only for its natural beauty, but for luxury, leisure, and escape. By the early 20th century, Miami, Tampa, Jacksonville, and Orlando were on the rise, glowing with promise and opportunity. Cuban, Caribbean, Latin American, and European immigrants shaped the cities with music, cuisine, and vibrant cultural traditions. The streets of Miami echoed with Spanish, Creole, and English. Cigar factories in Tampa produced sought-after tobacco, and Key West became a haven for writers and dreamers, including Hemingway. Then came storms. Hurricanes of terrible power that reshaped the land and tested the people. But Florida rebuilt again and again, as if the state itself refused to surrender to nature. In 1947, a new chapter began with the founding of Everglades National Park, preserving the beauty so many fought to protect. Shortly after, a visionary mouse changed history. When Walt Disney looked at Central Florida's endless land and warm climate, he saw a future no one else imagined. In 1971, Walt Disney World opened, transforming Florida into a global center of imagination. Orlando exploded with theme parks, resorts, and millions of visitors from around the world. Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios turned Florida into a place where fantasy lived beside reality. But Florida was more than tourism. On the Atlantic coast, rockets thundered into the heavens from Cape Canaveral and the Kennedy Space Center. Apollo astronauts, space shuttle crews, and modern private rockets all launched from this legendary coastline. The state became the gateway to space, where humans reached beyond Earth for the first time. Florida's identity grew more complex with time. It became a place of retirees and college students, fishermen and artists, surfers and scientists, a land of oranges and alligators, theme parks and coral reefs, rocket ships and ancient forts, a place where cultures blended, Caribbean rhythms, Latin beats, Southern charm, and coastal creativity. Florida also gave the world famous figures such as Zora Neale Hurston, a literary giant, Tom Petty, iconic musician, Ray Charles, who shaped American music, Muhammad Ali, who trained on Florida's sands, Jim Morrison, born under its sun, Marco Rubio, political figure, Hemingway, whose home became a legend, Jackie Robinson, who played spring training here, NASA astronauts who carried Florida's sky into space. Today, Florida stands as one of the most unique places in the world, a peninsula of dreams and storms, beaches and history, culture and innovation. Its heritage sites tell its story. St. Augustine's ancient streets, Castillo de San Marcos' stone walls, the Everglades' silent river of grass, the Keys' sunlit bridges, the Daytona Speedway, Cape Canaveral's launch towers, the Art Deco beauty of Miami Beach, the quiet springs of Central Florida. Each place is a chapter in a story that continues every sunrise. And through it all, Florida remains a symbol of transformation, a land always reinventing itself, always welcoming dreamers, always standing between calm and chaos, beauty and danger, past and future. Florida is not just a state, it is a story, a legend, a mosaic of every culture that touched its shores, a land that, like the tide, forever moves, changes, and returns stronger than before.